Hey guys, Colin here, and today we're going to talk about noise canceling tech. I've never owned a pair of noise canceling headphones, and you know me, I'm a big fan of tech and all, but sometimes you just gotta cut costs, which is primarily the reason why I started this channel. You know, to look at stuff on the budget line right next to the mainstream, more expensive stuff. Something that's interesting about earphones and headphones is that the moment you slap on those words noise canceling, it seems that it merits some sort of 1,500 to 3,000 peso price increase. You add in wireless features, advanced codec support, and the price just keeps going up. I'm sure marami tayo dyan na pinag-iisipan whether or not noise canceling is really worth the extra cost, especially na marami na ring basic earphones and headphones na umiikot ngayon na mababa yung presyo. So I took the liberty of asking my friends and family who have noise canceling headsets on what's the most compelling use case scenarios of these devices to justify the cost. Essentially, it boiled down to three major cases: commutes, zoning out in cafes or in public spaces, and believe it or not, flights. So today we're going to take a look at essentially my first real-world use of a wireless noise-canceling headset, particularly the JBL Tune 600 BT-NC, and we're going to try to see if noise cancellation tech is worth the money. Just right on time, I had a trip planned out to Japan, and I got to take this headset with me around Osaka. Coming in at about 5,500 pesos, these JBLs enter the wireless headset market as an entry-level product despite that price. The entire body is made out of plastic, but very good quality plastic nonetheless. I've had a JBL T450 BT for more than a year now, and all I have to say is that the ear cushion material has remained soft and comfy until this very day. I think that the Tune 600 BT-NC is probably a direct upgrade of that line of products because it still uses the same driver size with the same specs, but with an improved design, updated Bluetooth profiles, and of course that active noise canceling feature. On the plane ride to the Kansai International Airport in Osaka, that's when I fired up the headset and tried it for the first time. Okay, so right off the bat, I have to say that these are very comfortable headphones despite the bump up in size, but what's really noticeable is the sound quality. I know JBL advertises this pure bass sound signature on a lot of their headphones and earphones, but this one in particular felt a bit high on the mids. By default, noise cancellation is turned on, and when I was switching between on and off, that's when I noticed a dramatic change in the sound profile. It would switch from mid-heavy when noise cancellation is off, and then to a more balanced sound when turned on. I have this general idea of how active noise cancellation, or ANC, works, which basically involves the headset listening to surrounding sound and then emitting that same waveform but inverted, thereby canceling out that ambient sound. Kaya siya active kasi dapat nakaka-adjust siya dun sa sound sa paligid. What I wasn't aware of was how much ANC contributes in bringing out clarity in sound. And it was very much noticeable with the Tune 600 BT-NC. Ang tawag sa effect na to ay auditory masking, kung saan yung mas malakas na ambient frequencies drown out the details in sound. And it's pretty much common sense, but it was like this wow moment for me upon realizing the effect it has and hearing how the sound profile changes. On the plane ride itself, the noise cancellation was really good. I haven't been on many plane rides, but having experienced that moment where engine noise gets canceled out was definitely game-changing. Now, it only has one level of noise cancellation, unlike some of the more premium headsets like the Sony WH-X-M3s or the Bose 700s, which are like 3 to 4 times more expensive. But it worked out pretty well for me. The flight was over 3 hours, and it was the first time for me to sleep through a whole flight thanks to the JBL's ANC and its light and comfortable build. I imagine this would work very well for those people who have fears or troubles when on a plane, and I guess that's why some people see noise cancelling headphones as a must for travels. Going around Osaka, I primarily used the JBLs during the train rides and the few number of times I had to go on walks alone. I would say that the noise cancellation effect wasn't too strong that it felt like I was underwater or something like that. These things are designed to commonly cancel out lower frequencies, and that's exactly the case here. If you're maybe worried about not hearing your friends or family when they're talking to you, then I'm here to tell you that it's fine. Sure, you'll need to turn ANC off to get a proper conversation, but since vocals are generally towards the mids and the higher frequencies, people very close will still be audible for sure. Overall, I'm more impressed about the noise cancelling feature that the Tune 600 BT-NC has over its sound quality. Like I've said in previous videos, sound quality is something that isn't too mind-blowing when it comes to Bluetooth headsets so far, except for probably those in the upper price range. These JBLs are no different, and convenience becomes the determining factor when buying these kind of products. With the inclusion of ANC, you're actually getting more out of the sound. Plus, that ANC also works with this 2.5mm to 3.5mm jack if you want to go wired, which I think is a really big plus. It was about a 4-day trip, and most of the time when I used the JBLs, I had noise cancellation turned on, and I was pretty much impressed with the battery life as well. On paper, they say it has 12 hours total with ANC on and 22 with it turned off. But when I got back home, I still had about half battery left. Though the device charges over micro USB and it takes about 2 hours for a complete charge, the great battery life cancels that out. Anyway, the only real gripe I have about the Tune 600 BT-NC is that all of the controls and ports are situated on the right driver, and I had some trouble figuring out the button layout, which can be an issue for some. Through this little side experiment in Japan, I've come to realize how noise cancelling tech can be very important to people. The ability to have this peaceful, isolated, free of migraine-inducing background noise with the press of a button is indeed a magical experience. Well, it was magical for me because I've never really used this tech the way it was meant to be used until that trip, of course. Personally though, I still feel like for the sole purposes of noise cancellation, these kind of headsets are still currently expensive. But if you really need that kind of tech, then maybe something like the JBL Tune 600 BT-NC is a good place to start. If you have a decent pair of noise cancelling headphones or earphones, let us know your take on this tech in the comment section below. Do you love them? Was it worth the expense? What's your favorite use case scenario for noise cancelling headphones? I really want to know what you guys think, but anyway, that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, a like and a subscribe will definitely help me put out more videos in the future. And as always, thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.